Can you guys hear me now? Hello? Testing, testing. I'm gonna play some music on my... Can you guys hear me now? Oh. Oh, here we go. Okay. Jesus, that was hard. I had to select a second audio output, and I've already selected one, and it's asking me for a second, which is kind of weird. I could share that on the screen as well to see how stupid this is. Over here, it's asking me to choose another audio output, which I've already chose my mic as the first one, and the only time it started working is when I chose the second one. Anyway, all right, let's get started. All right, boys, thanks for sticking around. This is my first time I'm streaming in a long time. I'm hoping to make this a usual thing. So today's sort of a test. In this stream, I just want to go over some of the stuff that I've been working on and some of the projects, past and present, basically, and where I want to go with the channel. Ideally, I would like to teach you guys how to mod, so that you can create your own mods for Snowrunner. So this is sort of a question. I want to make a mod from start to finish, and I want to show the whole process through my channel. So I'm thinking of a schedule that would work fine. Maybe every weekend I could put a couple hours in. I don't want to work off camera. So basically every stream from start to finish is exactly how I mod. That includes getting a model, preparing the model in Blender, outputting the model into Snowrunner, and creating texture maps, and all the coding involved in that. So if this is something you guys want to see, let me know, because I remember, like, back in the past, I did promise to create some tutorial videos, and I just didn't have the time to, like, actually make those videos and edit them. So I want to do an unedited, basically unedited modding tutorial. I can imagine there's a few of you guys out there that want to see that. Anyway, I've got Snowrunner here open. I want to show you guys some of the stuff I was working on. So this is one of the vehicles I was using. I've been modding in the past few days. It's a Toyota LCJ40, I believe. I believe that's what it's called. Yes, it's this. This is what it is. The image on my screen before was a crawler version, which I want to make. Okay, sweet. All right, I know there's an audience for the learning to mod, so ignore the buffering and all that. The videos will be uploaded. The videos will be on my channel permanently, and you guys will be able to learn from that. So what this is going to be basically based on is the Toyota 4Runner. The reason why it's a 4Runner is because it's been demanded by quite a lot of people. Now, we do have that 4Runner already in Snowrunner, and the model that I can get, unfortunately, that's not the model that most players want. People have been asking for, I believe, an 80 series 4Runner. So hopefully someone sees this video, or people who play on console sees this video. It's quite difficult to get a complete model from that era. When I purchase a model for modding, I want the model to be complete, i.e. I want to have a detailed interior, a detailed exterior, and like all of the components in there that would make sense in the Snowrunner. So some models, for instance, you find online, it's only like a shell of the vehicle. So let me take this one as an example. I believe this one looks okay. Straight off, I could see it has a limited interior. It's got a decent exterior. I'm not pleased with the way the underbody is. Now, I can actually model the chassis bit by myself. So it basically comes down to how much work do I want to do. So this is okay. I could get this model and I could do some work, and I could make a chassis that could fit it. but then I weigh out, okay, this is going to be quite a lot. Now, on top of that, it doesn't have a detailed interior, so I'm going to have to make that as well. So, you know, depending on how long I want to take to mod, I might give this a pass. But when I pick something like this, for instance, let me get a good photo. Looking at, from this point of view, I can see it's got a decent chassis, and I can see it's got an interior. So that will be more appealing for me to purchase and mod. Unfortunately, more people want the older vehicles. So this is where the conflict is in at the moment. I need to get my next model to start modding, and it's gonna be a 4Runner, and this is what I'm gonna base the modding tutorial on. And as I said, I want to do it from start to finish. I want to show all of the different softwares I use as well, so that you guys can mod. Now, there's only one software I use that is paid software, but you could get around it by using something else that's free. So anyone actually can mod. You don't need to pay for anything. I'm gonna go through that, by the way. So this is gonna be an introduction into how to get prepared for modding, and at the same time I'm going to talk about some of my previous work, my current work, and what I'm working on now. Okay, at the core you need Blender. Okay, Blender is free, it's open source. I use Blender 2.9, very important. If anyone's going to follow me on modding, you're gonna have to use the same version I use. I've tried the latest version of Blender and I don't like it. I find 2.9 has a good balance of all the keys. Now I use a lot of shortcut keys. I'm going to be talking about those things as well. So you need Blender, that's one. The next software I use for editing textures is GIMP. GIMP 2.10 or 10 is it's free. I use it to edit my texture maps after I've created them. So anyone who's interested in modding, you're going to have to get this software, GIMP. Notepad++ is another one you need. Again, free. I use it to, where is it? Over here. Hang on. It's gone on my other monitor. Let me get it. So here we go. So Notepad++ is what I use to edit XML code. Another free software. You can use other versions. If you're a software engineer, you can use softwares like Visual Studio, which I can open up here quick. So Visual Studio is another one I love to use because it's really easy. You just drag a mod folder into it. I'm just gonna drag this one. You just drag a mod folder into it, and it opens up all of the code for you, which is quite nice. It's a little bit better than Notepad++. So I can look at all the files of the truck and start writing code right here. Both these softwares are free, by the way. Visual Studio Code and Notepad++, whichever one you want is free. Notepad++ is quite user-friendly. VS Code is more for software engineers, but it's beginner entry as well. And the fourth software that I use, and it's the only one which I pay for, is Adobe Substance Painter. So it's part of the Adobe suite. You could select whichever one you want to use. I believe I pay £15 a month over here in the UK. Now, don't quote me on this. There's other ways of getting this software, which I'm not going to mention, but I pay for it. Okay. Thanks to my Patreon supporters and everyone who's donated money to me, I'm able to pay for this software every month, and I'm able to keep it even the times when I haven't been modding. It's industry standard. It's used for creating procedural generated texture maps. So I could give you guys an example. This is why some of my mods have been looking really, really good, is due to this software. I don't really know how to use it that well. I don't find there's a lot of tutorials out there. So most of the stuff that I do is by trial and error. So this is the recent work I was doing with the Tacoma, and this is where I got to on the last job I was doing. So this is as an example. But this is really, really good for creating all sorts of textures. It's good. There's not much I can say about it. Let me just turn off some of my base maps here, and turn this one on. So it allows you to really make detailed maps, for, detailed skins. So this is one I did where I just added all the colors and all the logos and all that, and exported it for the truck. And this is really good. You can also use it to create things like bump maps. So the word Tacoma isn't in the polygons. It's just a bump map that I've placed on here. So I could just quickly turn it off. Where is it? Here. And that's all it is. It looks like it's actually imprinted on there, but it's not. It's a bump map. So that's some of the advantages of being able to use this software. It's £15 a month. If you really want to get serious about modding, I would highly recommend it. If not, as I said before, there's other ways you can get this software, which I'm not going to mention on YouTube. Okay, so those are what I pretty much use. Apart from that, you need, once you install Snowrunner, you've got access to the Snowrunner editor. You're going to use this to test your outputs from Blender and to see if everything loads up. So right now, one of the trucks I'm working on, I said, is the J40, the LCJ40. So I've got it here. I can come in here and I can load it up and see how it looks. If there's anything wrong, it would normally just spit all loads of errors at me, and I could check the logs and I could see what's wrong. That's the first point of call I would go to before loading up anything into the game. I would come here and I would check to see if everything's looking good. And so far, everything's looking nice in there. So I'm happy with this. Then I can go up and fire it up into the game. All right, so let's talk about current projects. By now, you guys are aware that the Tacoma has been redone and released. I would like to go over the process I went through and how I did what I did and why, and the reasons why, and so on. It's almost like a review of my own work. So let's remove this from here, and let's get the Tacoma in. Here we go. All right. So the PC version, this is quite low, really dropped. The PC version and the console version have not got, they share all of the same assets except for certain skins which are branded. All of the components I created, I've managed to make them compatible so both trucks could have them. I can't remember off the top of my head what were the old items on there, but I'm just going to go for some of the new ones. So some of the things I changed were tires. I've added a bunch of new tires I grabbed from other mods, because when I make mods, I don't like to put all of my tires on all of my mods. I would select some tires and have them special for certain vehicles. So I've taken some from the Land Rover, and I believe my Hulk. I've shared some of them from across there and added that because we really did need a new set of tires. I've also gone through the engine, added more power. I haven't changed the gearbox that much. The suspension, I've changed it because some of them were really ridiculous and really high. So I've made it more realistic. And when it came to the frame add-ons, this is where things got interesting. So I've created a bunch of lights and attachments. I've added this bed rack, the roof rack. I've added a beacon that goes well with one of the special skins I made for the new fire and rescue theme. And a bed cap by recommendations. And cheers for that for the guys from my server who recommended this. It's a really good add-on. And just from looking at other videos of Tacomas, like real life images, I've added a bed cover. I've kept the old tow bar, the old roll bar, but I've removed the other one that was there because there were two. And I believe that's it. Okay, so then you've got the hang on, let me put this back on because you need to have the frame on. So for the supplies, a lot of the supplies, the frame, you need the frame fitted, and you know, I've added some bits to make it look really cool. Again, all of this is inspired by real life images I've seen on YouTube and such. And we've got the tents, the branded tents. On the PC, on the console version, I've removed the logo and I've changed the texture to make it more low-res texture as well. You still got all the stuff you could fit in the back. So that's quite nice that it's not affected. The back rack doesn't affect some of the items you can put in there. And there should be a roof rack as well. Let me get that. So you can fit the roof rack, and then you can fit lights to it, to the sides, and it's got lights at the front already. And with the supplies, you do have the option to add supplies to the roof rack as well. And with the skins, I've kept the sticker bomb skin, and I've made a new fire rescue skin, and woodland, and just racing theme. And then I've kept all the normal colors. Now, going further down, the ones with the whites, that would be with the bed cap. So it would be the body collar and a white bed cap. Then it would be a body collar and a black bed cap. So I could demonstrate that. So the bed cap would match the body for the first set of color options. And the bed cap would also match for the skins as well, depending on which skin that you pick. And then when you go down here, it will be white, and then I made another option where it could be black. So there, that's the idea behind that. So let's go back to default. And yeah, I believe that's all I've done, apart from, oh, I can't really go back in the garage, but I've added a bunch of bumper options. I remember previously I only had one choice, which was this one. So now I've modeled a bunch of bumpers based on recommendations from you guys in the server, and they're all custom models. So I made those myself in Blender. If you guys want a tutorial on how to make bumpers, I could do a tutorial on that as well. It's really nice to be able to make your own stuff, like your own tires, your own everything basically you see out here on the vehicle. I've made it myself, so it saves you having to, like, you know, buy stuff. Oh, pardon me. It saves you having to buy stuff or rely on other people to give it to you once you can model it yourself. So I can make a really cool video on how to make bumpers. Bumpers are really easy to make because they're just a bunch of like straight shapes. Really easy to make in Blender. All right. Okay, so that's with the little recap on the Tears of Tacoma. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's the past month has been really brilliant working on it again, and I'm really happy. I'm really pleased with the way it came out. The current project I'm working on is the Toyota, I keep forgetting the name, the J40, which is this little bad boy here. Now, I know you guys have got one of those already in the game, but there's always space for one more, especially when I'm the one making it. So this is a quite nice little truck, a little Jeep, a little, I don't know what to call it, Scout. I've not done the dashboard yet, but I've done the interior. I'm trying to keep it neat, so this one has no dirt and scratches and rust and all that. I'm going off real life images again to try to really capture how this is used in real life. So some of the add-ons that I am working on, I'm not sure if I've got them in here. Let me have a look. Okay, so I've got mud flaps, I've got fender flares for the rear. What is this? I've got some hood protector, and I believe that's it so far. I believe that's it. I did have something else, but yeah, this looks. Oh, okay. I wasn't aware that this was here. Okay. All right. There is a thing, a carrier that I'm making for this to be able to carry like stuff at the back. So hopefully this shouldn't be here. This is old code. I'm reusing code from another truck just showing up. But we should have some bumpers that I've made through real life inspiration. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. This has been worked alongside another mod. I'm working on a commission mod, which should be really soon. I just need to do some texture maps, but this is the main project at the moment. Now I'm not gonna I'm not gonna record videos on how this is made. I'm only gonna just release it, and when I get the model of the Forerunner, then at that point I'll start streaming. I'll try stream every Sunday or every Saturday. I'll normally put a notice up and have it previewed before. But regardless, you guys don't have to be on with me to mod alongside me. You guys can log in. Sorry, you guys can come onto YouTube whenever, because those videos will be up there unedited as well. So if I make any mistakes, modding, I always make mistakes, and sometimes I go back and I fix it. So you guys will be coming along for the entire journey. I'll try to keep it short, maybe an hour, 2 hours, see if I can cram as much as I can in there. But it takes me, I spend a lot of time on mods. I spend probably 40 to 50 hours on a mod to make a decent mod, because I go for perfection. If anything is wrong with the model and I don't like it, I don't release it. And I've got a ton of mods that I've already made that I've never seen, I've never released, because I'm just not happy about certain things. So you can be rest assured that you're gonna get a good tutorial on how to mod and get some decent mods out. Yeah. So this is my little J40, which I'm working on right now, and yeah, it's looking good. The other truck that I am doing, and it's a commission mod, is I can't remember the name of it. I believe it's this one. I believe it's this one. Is it? Yes, it is. I started working on this before my Snowrunner started giving me issues, and I had to stop modding for a while. So this has been long overdue. Long overdue. And it should have been released since last year, but I'm just having it finished up now, so I can hand it over. I think initially the user wanted it private, but I want to make it. I would like to make it public, so everyone can use it. But yeah, this is a double cab version of the Ural. I think it's called 6780 or something like that. This is a real truck, by the way. Yeah, so this comes with a bunch of add-ons as well that I have made, and I can't find any right now. Where is it? Yeah, I made a bunch of custom stuff for this. Yeah, I made a bunch of custom stuff for this. Yeah, maybe if I go in the garage, it'll show up. There's so much stuff turned on right now. But yeah, there's not much to say about this truck. It's just a truck with a bunch of stuff. Yeah, just a truck with a bunch of stuff, and you can do a bunch of work with it. Simple. I'm working on what goes on the roof and so on, and the add-ons. I just need to get this textured in, and fix up some code, and this should be released pretty soon. Pretty soon. Yeah. Hang on. There should be a light. Oh, the light on the side, the little lamp. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. And I believe I added a, you can control the search lamp. I need to add the gauges on there. The gauges are on there, but the needles are not. And yeah, it's just similar to my old Betty truck. I used some of the same materials to texture the truck, and I edited it based on, it's just the old Betty stretched with another cab. And just some minor changes. But yeah, those are the two things I'm working on, the J40 and this. And what I'm going to start working on soon is the Forerunner. So rather than do the Forerunner in the background, I really want to, engage you guys and teach you guys, and get you guys involved. And I did promise in the past that I was going to release a bunch of tutorial videos, and I didn't. And I want to, make up for that. So I will want to finish this truck before I start the Forerunner. So I can't tell you when, maybe in a week, maybe 2 weeks before I get the Forerunner, because I've got to purchase it. I've got to make the purchase. From the website I mentioned. But in the meantime, anyone who sees this video and they want to get into modding, then in that space of time, you can prepare yourselves by getting the right software, as I mentioned. I'll go over it again. So you need Blender 2.9, you need GIMP, the latest version of GIMP, you need Visual Studio Code or Notepad++, and that should be sufficient to get all the basics in. If you want to go further and you want good high resolution textures, then you can get Substance Painter. So you've got a few weeks to get all this sorted, and then you can also get yourself a model. If you guys contact me, and that goes for anybody out there, I do have some models that I can share. If you want to learn modding, just reach me, send me an email or DM me, and I've got some models that I own, that I can share for learning to mod. I have permission from certain people, and the idea is to get more people involved in creating mods for Snowrunner, so the game can live on. Or you can have your own inspired mod that you want to work on and get it in the game. That's the best part of Snowrunner. You see something you like, and like, yeah, I wish I could have that in Snowrunner. And then with the skills, you can get it in there. So I will be purchasing this model, or if I can find a more detailed older version up in the next 2 weeks, then I will I will get it as well. Yeah. Some of those trucks are just a shell. There's no interior, and there's no underbody design either. But for the most part, that's what I look for. So when people come to me and say, can you mod XYZ? I normally say, can you find a model? Because that's the hard part. Modding is easy. It's actually getting the model. I find that's the difficult part. and not all of those models are good. Sometimes they don't even show you the interior of the model because there's none, and then you purchase the model, and now some models don't mind not having a detailed interior or a chassis or whatever. I can't have that. I want a complete, almost realistic model. But yeah. All right. So okay. I want to also iron out some of these issues with the stream. I need to do some more research and figure that out because I got a really quick internet, and I've got a decent computer, so I don't understand why it's not smooth. I'm getting a lot of errors from YouTube saying it's a poor stream. Poor stream. It's not receiving a video. But yeah, that's all I've got, guys. I just wanted to talk about my previous work, my current work, and what I'm looking forward to doing. And I would like to get you guys involved by teaching you guys. So it's going to be a twofold. One, I'm going to create a new mod, and two, I'm going to help teach you guys how to mod for Snowrunner. So that way we can have more people making mods, because I won't be modding forever. I do get burnt out at times, and I do want to do something different. But then if just more people who can learn from my videos, then they can keep this going. I'm also trying to learn to mod for Farming Simulator. I did start modding before for them. I've got like a mod already, but the desire isn't really there because I'm not really playing the game, and I'm not into like tractors not that much and all that. So I'll probably just mod a few trucks. Some of my models I've got already, like the Mercedes or the Renault or the Volvo, those sort of trucks. I will be staying away from tractors or farm equipment because that's not my thing. All right, I'm gonna end it there. Thanks for tuning in. I will try to polish the stream and make it really, really good and make it worthwhile and increase the quality. I haven't been making videos or streams in a very, very long time, so I don't want to put out some quality streams. So I'll do some research in the background and try to figure out what the issue was with this, and make sure that you guys got some decent content to look forward to. And that's all from me, boys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.